Okay, so this is Open WebUI, and this is quite similar to ChatGPT, except everything is running completely offline. And there are many things that you can do with Open WebUI, and one of them is you can transcribe an audio file into text via this platform. But of course, to do that, there are a few things that we need to prepare. So let me show you how you can do it. First, you have to download this platform, this program to your computer, and there are many ways you can do it. So usually, if people want to download Open WebUI, they went to Google and search for Open WebUI. And after that, they can navigate to this official website of Open WebUI, and then it should show you the direct link on to the GitHub page, and there you can see the process to install the program to your computer. But I would say the process here is going to be very difficult. It's too complicated, and it is not something that your grandma can easily understand. So instead, I do recommend to just use the desktop version of Open WebUI. So let me just go back to Google, and here I'm going to add the keyword desktop at the end, and you'll see this GitHub page. So this is by far the easiest way to install Open WebUI, because someone just made a one-click install of this platform, but it is more or less the same thing, except the whole installation is becoming a lot easier and simpler. So on this GitHub page, you can navigate to the release page, and then you can download the setup file depending on your system. Like if you're using Windows, then you can use the .exe or executable, and then you can open or launch the installation. So if you are running the program for the first time, it might need to download plenty of items or plenty of files for the program, and just be patient. But basically, once it is done with the installation process, it should open this URL on your browser. And again, if you are doing this for the first time, it's going to ask you to create a local account using your email, and you have to provide a password. But of course, everything is running locally, so just provide that. And after that, after you have a login, you can see this interface. Now, after Open WebUI is installed and launched on your device, you can navigate to your profile, go to admin panel, click settings, and then click audio. So right here, we need to download a speech-to-text model for Open WebUI. So the option here is going to be Whisper, and it is completely offline or local, and there are many variations that you can download. Like this is a table that you can use as a reference. There is a tiny model, base, small, medium, large, and the other variations of the large model. So this is just some examples, and basically if you want to download, let's say, the small model, then you can type small here, and then you can click this download button. My recommendation would be just using the small, medium, or large. The base and tiny is okay, but if you have an audio file that is too long, like over 5 minutes or 10 minutes long, then I think it's better to use small or medium or even the large models, because it's going to be more accurate and it has the capacity to actually transcribe a very long audio file. So that's why I'm leaning towards the bigger model. Anyway, after you have done with the downloading of the speech-to-text model, click save. And of course, we're not done yet, because we still need to download a large language model for Open WebUI, because at the moment there is no AI model for Open WebUI. This is merely an interface. So to download an AI model, usually my go-to program is LM Studio. You can open lmstudio.ai and then download this program to your computer and install it normally. So this is the most popular tool if you want to run some open source models like GPT-OSS and Quen, Gemma, DeepSeek, and many others. So after you have downloaded LM Studio to your computer, you can open the program and you can start downloading some models that you want to run locally on your computer. So here, this is the interface of LM Studio. To download the model, you can click this, and then you can select a model based on your system. So perhaps this is going to be different from one person or one machine to another, because not everyone will have the same hardware, but basically just use a model that has a thumbs up icon in LM Studio, for example. So let me try maybe Mistral model, perhaps, just to show you an example. So there are many variations, and my recommendation is to just download or use a model that has this icon, meaning that it is okay, it can run on your device. Although personally, I'm leaning towards a model that is no more than 8 billion parameters. You can use something even smaller than 4 billion or even 2 billion parameters, but I think my sweet spot is between 4 billion to 8 billion parameters model. So just download the program and download the model and choose the variation based on your system. And after that, we need to enable server on LM Studio. So let's navigate to developer and then enable the server, or turning on the server. And this will expose the LM Studio models for Open WebUI. Like here, as you can see, I have plenty of models, and these will be available when I'm using Open WebUI. But of course, we need to set up one thing. So I'm going to minimize LM Studio, and do not close it if you want to use it on LM Studio, on Open WebUI. And let's go to connections. And in the Manage OpenAI API connections, you can click this plus button. And this is the URL that you must enter. Now, this is for LM Studio. If you're using Ollama, Genre.ai, GPT for all, anything LM or something else, then the URL would be different. Perhaps you want to check their documentation or tutorial on how to connect them with Open WebUI, but this is for LM Studio. Now click Save, and well, we're done. So I'm going to click Save again, and I'm going to start a new chat in Open WebUI. As you can see here, I have some models from LM Studio that I can access. Now I'm going to upload the audio file. So at the moment, I don't have the audio file. This is a video that I'm trying to transcribe. This is actually from OpenAI, but a video is not something that you can upload to Open WebUI. It is not yet supported. So you have to extract the audio from the video, or just get the audio version of the video. And in this case, I mean, you can use a video editor and then extract the audio, or you can also use AI. So I'm going to use Cloud Cowork. That's kind of overkill, but you can definitely do it. So I have Cloud Cowork installed on my computer, and I'll just extract the audio. And this is the prompt that I'm going to use. Please extract the audio from the following video file, and the quality is 64 kbps. Okay, and the video file is this one. So I'm going to just provide the name of the file. Okay, right, send a message, and just wait for AI to extract the audio from that video file. I know that's kind of overkill, but this channel is talking about AI, so there is nothing wrong of using AI to actually perform this simple task. Okay, now just wait. And by the way, I mentioned that the quality is 64 kilobyte per second, and that is intentional because the Whisper model has a limit of 25 megabytes. So if you have a very long video file, I think it's better to just reduce the quality a little bit, like 64 kilobit per second, and that's usually good enough for AI to understand or transcribe all the words in the audio file. And there you go. So I got the audio file created or extracted from AI, from the video using AI. This is the video, and then this is the audio. Now I'm going to upload that audio file to Open WebUI, and then for the prompt, this is the prompt that I'm going to use. Honestly, you can use a simple prompt like, hey, please transcribe this audio file, but for a smaller model, I usually recommend to have a detailed prompt. And by the way, that prompt should be available in the description down below. Now, for the model, well, you can use any model, honestly, but my recommendation is, again, between 4 to 8 billion parameters. So let me try something like perhaps Gemma 3 with 4 billion parameters. And just wait for the file to be uploaded. Okay, it's finally uploaded. I'm going to send the message and just wait for a response back from AI. So generally speaking, you can use any AI model, but in practice, sometimes you might encounter some models that that are not compatible with Open WebUI. Like I actually have tried this using Gemma 4 with 4 billion parameters, and that model, even though it was a multimodal AI model, which means it can understand audio content, the pipeline is not compatible with Open WebUI, and therefore it cannot actually utilize the Whisper model to transcribe the audio. So that's really strange. But anyway, finally I got the transcription, and the question is it accurate? So the first word is we want models to be really good at checking its own work. Okay, that's the first sentence. Now let me just play the video. So let's to verify it.
We want models to be like really good at checking its own work.
Okay, I would say that's very much accurate, and yep, yeah, it is on point. And of course, after this, you can, discuss with AI like, hey, can you summarize that into multiple bullet points? And honestly, Open WebUI is probably not the best or the most straightforward way to transcribe your audio into text, but the benefit is quite clear. I mean, you can discuss anything with AI, you can brainstorm some ideas, and there are some cool features that you can access in the platform. So that's really cool. And another thing that is also really cool is this video somewhere up here. So go ahead, check on that, and I'll see you there.